This educational video is intended to help children build their vocabulary for the purpose of their general knowledge, as well as to improve their scores on state and other standardized exams. Please pause the video to read the purpose, scope, and warnings related to this video. This video has a free student engagement worksheet that can also be used as a quiz. It's available in many formats. Please see the link in the description to download this. In this video, we'll learn the definition of these words. We'll do that by focusing on the meaning of the word parts, which make up each word. The word part chord means agreement or harmony. The word accord is made of two word parts. The first is act, which is a variation of add. Add means towards. The second is chord, which means agreement. An accord is a formal agreement that can be used to specify conditions that may lead to a treaty, and that treaty may help stop a war and preserve peace. One of the more famous examples of accords are the Camp David Accords. They involve Egypt, Israel, and the United States. They are named after the U.S. President's vacation home because the accords were written at Camp David. The word accordance is made of two word parts. The first is act, which is a variation of add. The word part add can mean towards. The second is chord, which means agreement. We often use the word accordance when we're meaning that something is in agreement with a rule or the law. For example, these vehicles are all going less than 60 miles per hour in accordance with the speed limit. The word according is made of two word parts. The first is act, which is a variation of add. The word part add can mean towards. The second is chord, which means agreement. We often use this word to say that something is in agreement with a theory or in agreement with what someone wants. Here's an example. According to Newton's theory of light, what we call white light is actually many colors of light in the same place at the same time. A prism separates white light so we see all the colors of the rainbow. The water in this mist is not making colors. According to Newton's theory, the colors in this rainbow were already in the white light that came from the sun. Just like a prism, water droplets in the mist can separate the white light into separate light colors. The word Concorde is made of two word parts. The first word part is con, which means together or with. In this case, it means with. The second is chord, which means agreement. Together, these word parts mean there's agreement between two or more things or people. In school, we frequently use the word concord when learning the subject-verb concord rule. That's a grammar rule which means the verb must be in agreement with the number of subjects. Here's an example. Billy likes to play chess. Billy and Susie like to play chess. Please notice that when we're talking about just one subject, in this case Billy, then we use the verb likes, which ends in the letter S. But when we're talking about two subjects, in this case Billy and Susie, then we use the verb like, which has no letter S. Concord, Massachusetts is a very important town in American history. The town was likely named after the word Concord, which is made of two word parts. The first word part is con, which can mean together or with. In this case, it means with. The second is chord, which means agreement. When we live in concord with each other, that's like saying we get along. Just like this cat and dog are getting along rather than fighting. Concord was founded by American settlers in 1635. In 1775, the towns of Concord and nearby Lexington, Massachusetts, were attacked by the British Army, which began the American Revolutionary War. That's when Paul Revere made his famous ride to warn Americans of the British invasion. That was America's war with England, which, after we won, made us an independent country. The word concord is made of two word parts. The first word part is con, which can mean together or with. In this word, it means with. The second is chord, which means agreement. Concorde is the name of one of the fastest passenger jets that ever flew. It got its name because it was developed by teams in England and France who worked in agreement. The Concorde could fly twice as fast as our current passenger planes, often reaching speeds of more than 1,300 miles per hour. It stopped flying in 2003, but is still considered one of the greatest engineering feats of all time. The word discord is made of two word parts. The first is dis, which means not. The second is cord, which means agreement. Together, these word parts mean disagreement. Here's an example. Although Billy and Susie try to talk things out, discord grows between them. Thanks for your attention.